In a world filled with noise and chaos, toxic people can drain your energy and cloud your mind. Imagine walking into a room and the atmosphere shifts. A heavy weight settles in your chest. That's the power of toxic energy. It's everywhere, lurking in unexpected places. But what if there was a way to shield yourself? What if you could transform that negativity into strength? Picture a serene lake, undisturbed by the storms around it. That's the calm you can achieve. Every interaction with a toxic person is a choice. Will you let their negativity pull you down, or will you rise above it? The strategy lies not just in avoidance but in understanding the patterns. Can you identify the signs? As you journey through this video, keep your mind open. Consider the techniques that can turn these challenging encounters into opportunities for growth. What if you could break the cycle of toxicity? Visualize stepping back, creating space, and taking control. Your peace is worth fighting for. Hold on to that thought. Embrace the path ahead. And let's explore how to reclaim your energy and serenity in the face of negativity. Identifying toxic behaviors. Recognizing toxic behaviors in our lives is the first step towards healthier relationships. It often starts with noticing certain patterns, like constant criticism or a sense of negativity that seems to linger in conversations. These signs can be subtle but are important to pay attention to. For instance, if someone always seems to find fault in your choices, that's a red flag. Another crucial aspect is understanding the different types of toxic people we might encounter. The victim often plays on emotions, making you feel guilty for not helping them. Then there's the controller, who tries to manipulate situations to get their way, disregarding your feelings. Lastly, the pessimist spreads a cloud of negativity, making it hard for you to see the positives in life. By identifying these behaviors, you can start to protect yourself. It's about being aware of how these individuals affect your mood and overall well-being. When you spot these patterns, you can begin to distance yourself emotionally and mentally. Moreover, recognizing these signs isn't just about others. It's also about self-reflection. Sometimes we might exhibit toxic traits ourselves. Understanding this can help us work on our behavior and improve our interactions with others. Ultimately, knowing how to identify toxic behaviors is empowering. It gives you the tools to discern what's healthy for you and what isn't, leading to more fulfilling relationships. Establishing healthy boundaries. Once you've identified toxic behaviors, establishing healthy boundaries becomes essential. Setting limits is crucial for safeguarding your emotional well-being. It's important to communicate these boundaries clearly to those around you. This might feel daunting at first, especially if you're used to accommodating others at your own expense. When you define your limits, you're taking a stand for yourself. It's about saying no when something doesn't feel right or when you need time for yourself. This assertion isn't selfish. It's necessary for your mental health. Communicating boundaries can be as simple as saying, "I need some time alone to recharge." Maintaining assertiveness is vital in this process. It's easy to feel guilty for prioritizing your needs, but remember that healthy relationships are built on mutual respect. When you stand firm in your decisions, you teach others how to treat you. One effective strategy is to practice what you want to say beforehand. Role-playing these conversations can help ease anxiety. The more you rehearse, the more comfortable you'll become in asserting your boundaries. Establishing boundaries is a continuous process. It might take time for people to adjust, but with patience and persistence, you can create a healthier environment for yourself. Setting healthy boundaries is essential for maintaining your emotional well-being. It involves recognizing what is acceptable for you and what is not. When you define your limits, you send a clear message to others about how you expect to be treated. This awareness helps you to safeguard your mental space and ensures that your relationships are built on mutual respect. Without these boundaries, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and taken advantage of. Communicating your boundaries can be challenging, especially if you're not used to doing it. It's important to be direct and assertive when expressing your needs. You can start by using I statements such as "I need some time alone," which makes your message personal and less accusatory. This approach reduces the chances of others becoming defensive and opens the door for a more productive conversation. It's also crucial to be consistent in enforcing your boundaries. If you bend your rules occasionally, it can confuse others about your limits. This inconsistency may lead to frustration and resentment on your part. Remember that boundaries are not meant to be punitive. They are there to protect your emotional health and create a more balanced relationship dynamic. Sometimes people might react negatively when you set boundaries. This can lead to feelings of guilt or self-doubt. However, it's essential to remember that your well-being comes first. You are not responsible for how others feel about your boundaries. It's okay to prioritize your needs, even if it makes someone else uncomfortable. Lastly, self-reflection is key to understanding your limits better. Take time to consider what truly bothers you in various interactions. Journaling can be a helpful tool for this. By becoming more aware of your feelings and experiences, you can establish clearer and more effective boundaries in the future. Strategies for assertiveness. Maintaining assertiveness while establishing boundaries is vital for your emotional health. Assertiveness means expressing your thoughts, feelings, and needs openly and honestly. It's about standing up for yourself without being aggressive or dismissive towards others. When you practice assertiveness, you empower yourself to take control of your interactions and relationships. One effective strategy is role-playing. You can practice conversations with a trusted friend or even in front of a mirror. This exercise helps you gain confidence in expressing your boundaries. You'll become more comfortable with your words and body language, which makes it easier to communicate your needs in real-life situations. Another technique is to prepare for pushback. Some people may not respond positively when you assert your boundaries. Anticipating this reaction helps you stay calm and composed. You could rehearse responses that reaffirm your limits without escalating the situation. For example, if someone challenges your boundary, you might say, "I understand your point, but I need to stick to my decision." It's also helpful to remind yourself of the benefits of being assertive. When you establish boundaries, you create healthier relationships that allow for open communication and respect. Over time, this can lead to stronger connections with others, as they will know what to expect from you and vice versa. Lastly, practice self-compassion. It's natural to feel guilty when asserting your needs, especially if you're used to pleasing others. Recognize that your feelings are valid and that you have the right to take care of yourself. The more you practice assertiveness, the easier it becomes, making it an integral part of your interactions. Coping techniques and self-care and navigating toxic relationships. Coping techniques and self-care practices can be lifesavers. Engaging in regular self-care routines strengthens your emotional resilience. Simple activities like meditation, yoga, or even a short walk can help clear your mind and recharge your spirit. Physical exercise is another powerful tool. It releases endorphins, which can uplift your mood and help combat stress. Finding an activity you enjoy, whether it's dancing, jogging, or cycling, can make a significant difference in how you feel day to day. Another technique to keep in mind is depersonalization. This involves viewing a person's toxic behavior as a reflection of their issues, not yours. By separating yourself from their negativity, you can maintain your calm and focus on what's important to you. Practicing empathy can also be beneficial. Understanding why someone behaves a certain way can reduce your frustration. It doesn't excuse their behavior, but it can help you approach interactions with a sense of compassion rather than anger. Ultimately, incorporating these coping techniques into your daily life can create a buffer against toxicity. The more you prioritize your well-being, the better equipped you'll be to handle difficult people and situations. Coping techniques and self-care practices are essential for maintaining emotional resilience. One effective way to foster this resilience is through meditation. By taking just a few minutes each day to focus on your breath and clear your mind, you can create a sense of calm that helps you deal with the stress caused by toxic interactions. Meditation allows you to step back from overwhelming emotions and gain perspective, making it easier to respond to negativity without becoming engulfed by it. Physical exercise is another crucial aspect of self-care. Engaging in regular physical activity not only boosts your mood, but also helps release pent-up tension. Whether it's a brisk walk, a yoga session, or a more intense workout, moving your body can significantly improve your overall mental well-being. Exercise promotes the release of endorphins, which are natural mood lifters, helping you feel more positive and equipped to face any toxic behavior that may come your way. When dealing with toxic individuals, it's vital to maintain your calm and objectivity. One effective method to achieve this is through the technique of depersonalization. This approach involves recognizing that the toxic behavior of others is a reflection of their struggles, not a personal attack on you. By viewing the situation from this angle, you can detach emotionally and respond more rationally, reducing the impact of their negativity on your day-to-day life. Practicing empathy can also be beneficial when interacting with toxic people. Empathy allows you to understand their feelings and motivations, which can help you respond in a more constructive way. Instead of reacting with anger or frustration, you might find that acknowledging their feelings can diffuse tension. This doesn't mean you have to accept their behavior, but understanding where they're coming from can make it easier to navigate difficult conversations. Finally, incorporating self-care into your daily routine can serve as a buffer against toxic influences. Whether it's setting aside time for hobbies, spending time with supportive friends, or simply enjoying a quiet moment to yourself, these practices help recharge your emotional batteries. By prioritizing your well-being, you create a strong foundation that allows you to handle toxic situations more effectively, ensuring that you remain grounded and resilient in the face of adversity. As we wrap up our exploration of dealing with toxic people, let's reflect on the power of our choices. Remember, you have the ability to set boundaries and protect your peace. It's essential to surround yourself with individuals who uplift and inspire you. So ask yourself, who in your life supports your journey and who may be holding you back? Finding your inner strength is key. Each time you encounter negativity, take a deep breath and remind yourself of your worth. You are not defined by others' actions or words. Instead, you can choose to respond with compassion, not just for them, but for yourself as well. Now think about this. How can you apply these insights in your daily interactions? Are there small changes you can make to prioritize your well-being? By staying mindful and intentional, you can transform your environment and cultivate healthier relationships. As you move forward, keep these strategies close to heart. And remember, the journey towards a peaceful life can sometimes be challenging, but it's always worth it. What steps will you take today to create a positive space around you? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's continue this important conversation together.